Welcome to BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the People's Channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Nobody works harder to keep you in the know about crypto than this channel. We even fix our hair live on camera.
Look at that.
Guys, now we don't have this on the rundown today, but we did just have significant breaking news in the last 10 to 15 minutes. Is my hump gone in my hair?
Looks like.
We did have breaking significant news what's going on with Voyager. So if you had money on Voyager, you're definitely going to want to stick around. We're going to talk about that. Where is Frank today?
I don't really know.
Did he die?
No, I think
Guys, we're very sorry to report Frank has passed.
somebody said
Rip.
maybe vacation, but I didn't see anything on the
For the whole
calendar.
week?
I hope not.
Now,
Something tells me he'll be back tomorrow.
we
maybe?
finally let him
I'll
out of the
text him.
cage, and now he's taking advantage of it.
I know.
I
We just
we had
talked
to-
about
man,
it.
lock him back up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Frankie is gone today, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on charts today. We are definitely going to look at the charts. It has been such a great thing to have Frank, step up and be our charter here because obviously you guys know it's just not the thing I'm the most interested in crypto. But I'll do my best today for you guys, and I can promise you by the end of the day you won't lose all your money.
Yeah. Well,
Unless maybe you are on Voyager.
It takes such, like, you have to keep up with it all the time. And that's
Yeah.
what he's really good at.
Yeah, he really does. He's nonstop with it. So I don't know. Maybe he's not on vacay. Maybe he's got, I don't know. Maybe he has a toothache. I have no idea. The Elon thread doesn't make sense. He has 9 kids. Are you talking about?
Oh, no, that's the joke. They're talking about that right there.
Oh, yeah. God, guys, get your
Come on.
minds out of the gutter. My gosh.
Yeah.
That was big news. Certainly broke on Friday.
Yeah, that was big.
But we'll be covering that. We're going to be talking about the Voyager news here in just a few minutes. Crypto has been extremely boring, as you guys know. And I think it is important for you guys to understand. I just put out a little thread. Wasn't really a thread. It was 2 tweets about this. But you guys, you have to understand, like in 2019, I'll be honest with you, I was very depressed. I was very depressed in 2019 because things were not working out the way I thought they would. Not only as a YouTuber and a content creator. Do you want to fix the camera? Making me look short.
Sure.
But not only as a YouTuber and content creator, someone grinding, working 60, 80 hours a week, trying to build something, and nobody was really watching the channel, but also just in the world of crypto where, it seemed like things were not going according to plan. And the bear market is very hard, and it does something mentally to you. And I just want you guys to understand, like, the most likely scenario we are looking at here is Bitcoin not hitting all-time highs until around Christmas of 2024. Right now, it's summer of 2022. So I want you to really think about that and process that. This year has been very hard, but it's been very hard in kind of an interesting way. We've seen prices drop. We've seen volatility. We've seen the Ukraine crisis, not to make light of that, but, give us something to talk about and think about for a long period of time. The Elon Musk and Twitter news we had. This thing is going to drag out for a long time, guys. And when you're looking at once all the volatility kind of leaves and maybe we hit a bottom and then things still aren't moving, that's when people tend to leave the market. I just really encourage you guys that came in last year. You thought you were going to be millionaires. You thought you were going to be driving Lambos. And guys, it's still possible. It's still true. My main point in telling you all this, say, in 2019, I was in the exact same spot that a lot of you are. And if you were to say, hey, fast forward 3 years and look at my life now, I think most people would take that. So just remember, guys, it's going to be boring. The news isn't always the most fun. Stay plugged in, stay active as much as you can with your mental health. And you guys, too, can get to where a lot of us in crypto have gotten to because we were patient throughout these bear markets. Doesn't mean it was fun, though. Now, I'll be honest with you. I will certainly not be depressed this bear market. This bear market is fun for me because this is a time where I know that all the work we put in last time, where it led us to, and just thinking about the prospects of the same thing, of being able to put in that work in this bear market and what that's going to lead to in the future. There was no guarantee we were getting another drastic bear market according to the 4-year cycles, and we got it. So definitely take a look at it as a gift and a time to build. So, all right, let's go ahead and check out what's going on in the markets here. We got 20,178 cryptos. I think it was Scott Melker that put out this tweet. I like Scott pretty good. I mean, pretty good makes it sound like I kind of don't like him. That's not true. I like Scott. Met him in person in Texas a few weeks ago. It's actually the second time I had met him, but nobody knew who I was the first time I met him. And the thing is that he tweeted that a lot of, I think it was him. Don't hold me to this 100%. But he tweeted that going forward, some of the coins that will do best in the next bull run, they're not even around yet. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I know some will fall in that category, but I want you guys to continue thinking about the narrative that we've been talking about. Can we get a different background color, by the way?
Sure.
The narrative that we've been talking about in regards to 99% of all cryptos are going to die. Like, that's not true. Eventually, maybe down the road, but it's not going to happen over this bear market. But you continue to see the number of cryptos on CoinMarketCap grow to now it's 20,178. We've gone up like 500 or 600 since this narrative started. I like that color. Let's go with that. I like green. People like green. Pretty sure. Now, the interesting thing is the exchange numbers are going down. Now we're at 501. The market cap, $908 billion, excuse me. $55 billion in volume. Not too bad of a percentage there. 42.8% Bitcoin dominance. I think that's down a little bit from last week. And the ETH dominance about 15.2%. ETH gas, 17 Paraguays to send in each transaction. Now, did you guys watch my video yesterday? Did you happen to watch it?
You forgot my name?
No, I just saw this thing from Julio, and I don't know what that means. Are you eating raw liver and testicles like the Liver King for optimal peak performance in this crypto market? That guy's like nobody I've ever seen before.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That Liver King guy?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He shows how much he eats, and apparently at some point he made a video where he actually showed himself eating it. I don't know how this man eats so much food. It's insane. He is like the most shredded, like muscular guy like out there going right now, probably. And he's not Mr. Universe or anything, but I'm just saying, like, this guy is freaking thick. And he eats liver and testicles.
Wow.
Liver, would you consider liver a meat? Right?
Yeah.
What else would it be?
Yeah.
It's an organ, but it's a meat. Liver, the only meat I've ever tasted that I didn't like.
Really?
Yeah. I've tasted a lot of the finest meats, TJ.
You've
the finest meats.
You've had a lot of meats.
A lot of meats.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Now, what was the question I was asking for? I lost my train of thought.
No idea.
No, we forgot. It was totally wrong. Oh, did you watch the Ethereum video I put out yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Because you've never watched one of my videos, correct?
No, that's not true.
Okay. How many of you guys like the robot interview?
I end up seeing a lot of clips, and I saw a lot of the clips from the robot stuff, and some of that was pretty creepy.
Very, very interesting stuff.
Yeah, you're like, so the Bitcoin's for the humans, right? And they're like, haha, yeah, humans.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I was like, am I safe? She was like, people that I like will be safe. I will put them in a glass aquarium. You can also pay me $50. $50 a $50, you know? That we had some really cool videos out over the weekend. We had our vlog last night. I think we'll have the vlog from the baseball tournament I went to. My kid played in that we won a couple weeks ago. That'll be out probably this week. But the Ethereum video is very important because I've been seeing so many people with this idea that Ethereum is falling to the wayside and everything's going to pass it and yada yada yada. And I just can't get with that. Had an interesting yesterday we talked about the guy, the TikToker who made the TikTok list. I think it's crypto_is_good. It's definitely crypto is good. Maybe I got the underscores wrong. I didn't give him credit, but he actually made a response video to me on TikTok last night. I invited him to come on around the blockchain.
Nice.
I also want these guys from freaking Crypto Critic Pod to come on. They're so fascinating, but they won't respond to me. I guess they hate me. I don't know. They are extremely intelligent when it comes to crypto, and they've got a lot of really, really, really great takes. A lot of people putting out a lot of good crypto content, but I just can't get behind this idea that everything's passing Ethereum. Guys, people that are sleeping on Ethereum. Here's another thing. You sent me that thread yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys realize that after ETH 2.0 is live, people can't even withdraw to cash out from their nodes at all for 6 months?
Yeah.
So think about all the liquidity that's going to be trapped for Ethereum on there. And the inflation rate, I thought it was 4.3% to like 0.4%. It's now down to where they're saying it's going to go from 4.3% to 0.22%. It's a 95% drop.
Yeah.
So bullish on Ethereum. I cannot stand it. We're going to have a nice Ethereum video for you guys coming out here pretty soon. Bitcoin coming at $20,435. Ethereum at $11.40. Binance Coin at $2.31. XRP at 32 cents. Now, here's something to watch. How high does the Binance stablecoin go? If Binance Coin drops here, could it move up into the number 5 spot? You guys know we don't really count stable coins when we're looking at the top 10 because they're, all you got to do is print enough money to put them up there. But definitely something interesting to watch. XRP, 32 cents. Cardano, 44 cents. Solana, $35. Dogecoin still in the top 10 here. I do think Polkadot's going to move up to that top 10 here pretty soon. As you can see, it is definitely in striking distance from Dogecoin. I would be on the lookout for that. Biggest gainers of the day, we have Tezos, 7.69%, Monero, 6.61%. And guys, I really want to discuss briefly pumps in the bear market, okay? Because I saw Crypto Mason did a video where he was talking about quant pumping last week. And I love Crypto Mason. He's awesome, by the way. Really good content creator on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. You guys should definitely go check him out. But what I would say is, he was talking about how quant pumped like 30% last week. Well, yeah, it did. But if we actually go look at quant and see what's going on with it, I think we'll see that it actually wasn't actually necessarily even a positive move. If we look at the 7-day chart, you see it did have a big pump, and it is a positive move. Ultimately, it did go up, a few bucks. But what else was going on during this time? Bitcoin was rebounding. What's going on since then? It's kind of bounced back down. These things are following Bitcoin's lead. So if Bitcoin pumps 10%, yes, a crypto can pump up 20 or 30%. It can also dump the next day back down 10 or 15%. It's very difficult to predict the outliers for the bear market. The last bear market, Chainlink, Binance Coin, they were outliers. They were projects that ended up positive when everything else was going down. Exchange tokens are one to watch. FTT, I definitely put in that to watch category as potentially could have a Binance-like, bear market. Chainlink, I don't know what it's doing right now, really, but I at this point, it doesn't look like Chainlink is going to be an outlier again. Trying to look for coins that are outliers is definitely, if you can pick them, it's a winning strategy, but it's extremely difficult. Usually you're only going to know what those are looking back in retrospect. I will give you a couple. I will give you a few, though, and this is going to be no surprise to anybody. XRP, the case ends, still in bear market. It could definitely get positive momentum afterwards. It will be limited, though, because of the market. It won't go up as high as it would in a bull market. Cardano, it's got the Vassal hard fork coming up soon. When that happens, traditionally, we've seen Cardano move positive against the market in those situations. And of course, Ethereum, when this merge comes, for the first 6 months especially, look for Ethereum to make big waves. And I kind of feel like a lot of people are putting out negative videos about Ethereum because we're seeing a lot of the institutions at big money preparing to pour into Ethereum as it goes up. And they're trying to lull you to sleep and make you think that it's not a good investment. Yeah. Guys, Ethereum is the best investment in crypto. I believe that 100%. It's got the best chance to make it. It's got a once-in-a-lifetime event coming up with this ETH merge. It has more use case and bigger potential than Bitcoin by a considerable margin, in my opinion. So I think Ethereum in general is the best investment in crypto, period. I don't think right now you're going to find something better. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to have the absolute highest returns because, of course, you're going to see some things that are more highly speculative that can give higher returns. But when you take into consideration the safety that comes with the assurance that Ethereum is most likely going to make it, it does make it a better investment, in my opinion. So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I would agree. Like, it has the highest upside with lowest downside potential compared to everything else. And I think the big thing with Ethereum, and I know I say this a lot, but it's so much further along of actually doing things on the network.
Yeah.
Almost everything else that was compared to it is all pure speculation, very theoretical. And then once you start bringing it into reality, things change a lot. And Ethereum is the closest to a true reality of a mostly decentralized smart contract network. And then there's a lot of other attempts, there's a lot of other theories, but they all have a long way to go when it comes to a true network, functioning economy on the network.
I see people was talking about this Ryan Mata video. By the way, I want to be clear on this. We're sending him a cease and desist, and we will also probably be suing him because we never got paid a dime for talking about Costa. Just so everybody's clear on that. We never were paid a dime talking about Costa. I know Carl very well, and I like him, and I think it's eventually going to be successful. So you can't make up lies about people and get away with it. And there's people finding out that right now. We've got a few lawsuits in the work against people. You can't make up lies about this channel. I will not stand for it, just so people understand it. And so really what happens is you have these people, they're wolves in sheep's clothing. And that's exactly what that guy is. He's making up accusations for clicks. He's the worst kind of person, the lowest common denominator. So if he can provide proof, then that would be great. But he can't because it doesn't exist. So just so you guys know, I'm coming after that guy. All right. Somebody says with a super chat there, go ahead, scroll up a little bit.
I was going to grab that for the end.
Okay, save it for the end. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and check out the charts here just briefly. Somebody mentioned, why did I not say Bitcoin is one of the best investments in a bear market? Because it can have 40 to 50% pumps in a bear market. Yeah, it can have 40 to 50% pumps in terms of a relief rally. And we've been looking at the numbers that have been so high recently, with as high as Bitcoin went up, that basically the long and the short of it is, once we get to lower numbers, we can see pretty easy 50% pumps. But that'll be closer to the bottom. If we get down to 10,000, it can certainly shoot back up to 20 very quickly. But that's going to be on the way up. That's not necessarily a pump. When you get these relief rallies, I mean, look at the relief rallies we've had. When we went from, now obviously once we hit 69K, that was no longer a relief rally from the May crash last year. But when you look at Bitcoin dropping to, we went all the way down to 33,000, and then we bounced back up to what, 47? I think that's correct. Yeah, here it is. 48.5. So we went from this bottom here. This would have been the bottom here, actually, of that. 33 to 48. So that's about a 35% pump, somewhere around there. We can actually measure it. We actually have the tools to do that here. So we were to go from here to here, 45, 46%. So it's a little higher than I thought, 46%. But that's a relief rally. So that is not actually a positive gain for the coin unless you're leverage trading or you have a trade in on it. You're trying to hit a bottom and a top. That's good. But it's not like it's going to get a 40 or 50% bounce and it's going to be heading in the right direction until it bottoms. So no, Bitcoin is the bear market. So that's why I don't think Bitcoin in a bear market, other than just accumulate, is a good coin to look at being an outlier. Okay, so we are on the daily chart here for Bitcoin. Kind of look at some of the stuff that Frank has drawn here. I wish I could see what that says behind. Local GP Haven? What is that? I have no idea what that means. This is Bitcoin on Binance here. So you guys can see we are kind of in an uptrend here at this point. But we did get heavy resistance. As you can see, we got heavy resistance right here at about 21.8. And we got rejected. We did wick up to 22.5, but it quickly went back down on the daily chart. So the daily chart is showing us really what we should be looking at right now is about down to here, somewhere around 19.5, and then maybe go back up. Maybe it dumps below that line, something like that. And you can see right here on Market Cipher, we did get a red dot here on the momentum wave up here. Pretty bearish. Let's see, the last time we got one, you can see what happened. Look here. This is the last time we got one of those red dots right there. And then before that, we got one right here. So this one wasn't too bad. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be indicative of large, price action to the downside. We had been talking about Bitcoin potentially going to 28,000, maybe on a relief pump. And we had Crypto Savvy on saying he was targeting 24, 25 for a relief pump. At this point, it doesn't look like there's enough momentum to carry us that high for that, which means we're probably going to have another leg down, which is going to, like if you look here and you look at this big leg down and you look at this leg down, and then you look at the action after it, and you look at the action after it, it's about the same. So what does this mean? What can we kind of interpret from this? Well, most likely, probably what we're going to see is we're going to see another similar drop to these drops right here. So this one right here was a 33% drop. This one right here was a, and I just like to look at the daily chart. I don't really look at the shorter term stuff, guys, just so you know. We'll leave that for Frank. 42% drop. If we were to average those and say, okay, what if we get a 25% drop or a 35% drop from here, where would that put us at? Put us at about 12,800. So I could kind of see, I don't think we're going to hit that number that soon. I'm targeting November for that. So at some point, we've got to get a relief bounce. But if we do end up going down here to this range right here, to this 12,800, 13,000, maybe even $14,000 range, that's going to be bad if it happens quickly, because that means, crypto savvy numbers might be in play there, 4,000 to 7,000 or 3,000 to 7,000, what his numbers are. So we really want to see more sideways action and some relief rallies. We have CPI numbers coming out this week. There's a potential for that to be bullish if we get the CPI numbers and let's say the inflation is actually reversed. What is your best guess, TJ, on a reversal of CPI to where we actually are going deflationary instead of inflationary?
Like, what do I think the odds are that we go down this month?
No. How many months do you think it will be from now?
Oh, I see.
Until we have deflation going down instead of up?
Shoot, that's a tough. I feel like that's a loaded question, but I mean, I think it'll take the rest of the year, most likely. Like at least 3 or 4 more months.
I do think it's going to be sooner. I do think it's going to be sooner than that. I mean, I think before September or before, we're going to see a reversal on those numbers. Potentially can see it this month.
Yeah. See, my thing with that is they change those numbers all the time. So if they need to bad enough, I'm sure they'll make it go down. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And guys, don't forget to smash that like button. And just so everybody's clear, we got to get off the show a little bit earlier today than normal. So we're going to be going until about 12:15ish. So we're going to have to run through the news here pretty quick. I got some physical therapy for my leg I got to head to. I'm not sweating hard. I'm sweating hard. I'm sweating right now. I usually don't start sweating until after 12.
I think it's just the light.
Right now we got 4,300 viewers and 852 likes. Let's go ahead and make sure we get 2,000 likes on this video. Make sure to hit the like button, smash it. If you're watching on mobile, X out of the live chat, hit the like button, and then come back in. If you're watching on mobile, or on a smart TV, go to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, hit more actions, more options, and then make sure to like this video. Okay, somebody said how long until they change how they calculate CPI? That's a good question.
Yeah.
All right, Twitter buzz here. Top 10 states with the lowest electricity bills for mining. What? Number 1, Georgia. Reason we have over a third of the hash rate here, representing the home state. Let's go. Louisiana, Oklahoma, Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, Arkansas, Nevada, Washington, Texas. Now, I know Bitcoin-friendly mining states. Go back to the thing. Wyoming, Texas, Georgia. These are 3 also very, favorable. They've got favorable laws for Bitcoin mining as well. That's why you see those 3 places as a good place for Bitcoin miners. But definitely, we love Georgia. All right, let's next one. St. Clair Newburn IV. Are you willing to sell the bank for Bitcoin? Peter Schiff said, actually, yes. I would sell the bank for anything if regulators let me sell it. My main goal is protecting customers. Is this the inflection point for Peter Schiff?
My, how the turntables have turned.
My, how the turntables have wobbled. Yeah, I mean, do you think that? Do you think we could get an inflection for Peter Schiff? Do you think, because surely along this journey, he's had to have some realizations, and now he's never had a spot where he really could pivot.
Right. He
could actually pivot now and get away with it and come on over.
It's good brand move for him to capitulate on gold right here and get into Bitcoin at the bottom. Then he could tweet about it for the rest of the time.
The rest of the time.
And he would.
Yeah. He's good on Twitter, man. He really is. He knows what he's doing. He trolls on Twitter. He loves it. So, All right, moving on. Next one. Now the wind isn't blowing enough in Germany, causing power prices to go up more. So when you have an economy where your electric grid is based on wind power and turbines, and all of a sudden the wind's not blowing, then guess what happens? You have to come up with alternate means. We did a killer video this week on gas, and it will be out maybe in the next 4 to 5 weeks. I'm not sure how soon we're putting it out, but man, this thing breaks down the climate change scam like nothing you've ever seen before. And I want to be very clear what I mean by the climate change scam. Is climate change real? Well, yeah, our climate has changed the entire history of the planet. If you were to go back during the Ice Age, where we weren't even existing yet, I'm sure, if that happened today, it would be blamed on, gas and carbon emissions and footprints and stuff like that. The climate is always changing on the Earth. It has changed a little bit more drastically than we've seen it before in the recent, past. I'm not smart enough to tell you whether or not we are definitely affecting that number. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the number. When I say the climate change scam, I don't mean that the climate is not changing. We're not responsible. What I mean is everything that comes after. What I mean is the money that's put behind all this, the push towards green energy, the push towards electric cars, the push towards solar panels, right? Go check the rates on those solar panels. You're not really saving that much money by getting them, okay? I have a friend who had somebody come out and explain it all to him, like explaining he needs a $30,000 system so he can save $10 a month on his power bill. Like, it doesn't make sense. You had solar panels in California, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are those for you?
It's what's funny is the whole point is the tax incentive.
Yeah.
So I got $8,000 from the government, so it was great.
Somebody said, why, if I'm not smart enough, would I weigh in on it? I'm not weighing in on climate change itself. I'm telling you the big business behind it is the scam. We are not energy independent enough to make these changes right now. And all the smart people will tell you that. And so this video we're going to put out is going to break all this down for you guys. And you guys are going to see, we are in a no-win situation right now financially when it comes to what is happening with the power grid. So we're going to break all that down for you. Be on the lookout for that video. It's a BitBoy special. It is going to be really, really, really good. I love these people. Don't talk about it then. I didn't, you idiot. Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, I'll talk about anything I want to talk about. This is my platform. If you don't like it, you can get the out. Okay. Number two, I know way more than most people do about the financials that are going on behind the scenes. So yes, I will talk about it. So you're the one that shut your mouth. You should, because you obviously don't know what you're talking about. All right. My friend paid $40K for solar panels and got a $150 bill this month. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Guys, look at the money. If you don't know, solar energy, wind power, green energy, electric cars, it's the new oil industry. If you cannot see what is happening, is we are trying in the West to move away from dependence upon the Middle East and Russia on oil to have our own giant racket. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to move oil. So this is the new oil. What are wars fought over? Why did we go to Iraq? Why? Most people will tell you oil. Everybody knows that at this point. It's a given. That's why we were given all these lies on why we were going to go in there, right? We're given these lies. It's about oil. They say almost every war is fought over oil. Look at what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. Oil, right? The climate change results here, the big business behind this is the new oil. Wars are going to be fought over this stuff. Be clear on that. All right, moving on. Bitcoin reserve risk indicator falls to all-time lows. Here you can see this is the Bitcoin reserve indicator. We are now, it says all-time lows here, but it doesn't look like it's very close. It's bordering on all-time low. Anytime you've been in, this is a green zone. Guys, the history of Bitcoin is so short that the long and the short of it is that we're going to see a lot of things get broken. We're going to see a lot of things that worked in the past not working right now. Usually, this green zone would have been a buy area. We're in the green zone now, but I suspect we will actually go a little bit further down. So, all right. Majority Bitcoin to hit USD $10,000 before moving higher survey. So now the majority of people feel like Bitcoin is going to go to $10,000. I believe 10 to 14K. I don't think necessarily 10. If we do get that quick drop, then, it certainly can be, that can happen. Worst of selling and liquidations likely for Bitcoin, says influencer Lynn Alden. Look at this. Influencer Lynn Alden says that the worst part of Bitcoin's bear market is likely over after a shaky first half of 2022 that witnessed Bitcoin lose 56% of its value. However, Alden warns that it's possible for the top crypto asset by market cap to go another leg down, despite being in a value zone. That's actually exactly what I said. I guess I'm an influencer too. The macro guru adds Bitcoin serves as a strong hedge against a particular kind of inflation. So, also, Bitcoin potentially already in the accumulation phase, gearing up for next bull market, says Benjamin Cowan, the other Ben they call him. Popular, we like Ben, he's a great guy. Popular crypto analyst and trader says Bitcoin's bear market could be nearing its conclusion. Well, that's interesting. Let's see. He believes in cycles for sure. He's looking at Bitcoin's 180-day running ROI, which indicates Bitcoin could be due for a final sell-off before the king crypto could gear up for its next bear market. My gosh, the king crypto. You got to love that. So that's his analysis. And what I will say is I believe very strongly that we do see a strong move down after the midterm elections. We've seen it every midterm elections before. Some people make the argument we're actually on an election cycle. We're not even on a Bitcoin cycle. And you can make that argument because it does fit as well. But just coincidentally, the presidential elections on the year of the halvings, midterm elections around the time when we should be bottoming, halfway between the halvings, the half halving. So, potentially I think we are going to see that. But what we could certainly see a bottom to where, let's say we were to drop down to that $12,800 level and then it bounces back up. And then maybe we don't get a new bottom. Maybe we have something similar to the pandemic wick, where the midterm elections are so crazy that you get a strong wick down to test as a double bottom and bounce up. That would actually be really bullish. Double bottoms are very strong indicators of, a good place to go up from. So before we move over here to the China story, I do want to bring up this tweet here. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, 861.k followers. You guys can see here who I think Satoshi is. That tweet's getting a lot of. And then I got this one. What did you work on this weekend? Your destruction. I tweeted out about this. Oh, did you see that?
I did see that.
Yeah, that's
cool.
pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
BitBoy Crypto Braves to the moon. It was. God, what was I? Oh, the Voyager stuff. Why is it not? Oh, because I need to refresh. That's why. Refresh. I tweeted it a little bit ago. There it is. Okay. I said insert Trevon James meme. I didn't want to actually say the quote from the meme because I thought that would be like
a little harsh.
I thought it'd be like real insensitive to people that have money on there. So,
yeah.
But that was my first thought when I read this. Certainly. I got this email this morning, as you guys can see here, from Voyager. Last Friday, they referred to first day motions, part Chapter 11 filing of bankruptcy court. How does the recognition process impact my cash? If you have cash on Voyager, you should be able to get all of that back. So that's good news for you. But how many people do? Probably not a lot. Is my USD in my account FDIC insured? Sure, up to $250,000. What will happen to the crypto in my account? Voyager currently has approximately 1.3 billion of crypto assets on its platform, plus claims against Three Arrows Capital for more than 650 million. Understand this. They are never seeing money for 650 million. They're never seeing that money. They're basically, by them saying it in this way, it's making it sound like, hey, when we get the claim, it's going to be fine. The Three Arrows Capital guys are on the run. They fled the country. They fled Singapore. Nobody knows where they are. They got out of town, okay? They're not getting that money back. They don't have the money to give them, first of all. That would be like saying, oh, Celsius owes Voyager $2 billion.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have it. They can't make it out of nothing. Under Voyager's proposed reorganization plan, subject to court approval, customers will receive a combination of the following. Now, pro rata, just so you guys understand what pro rata means, that means a proportional share, basically. So they'll decide that, like, everybody gets 10%. I think the number will be like 10 to 20%. Would you agree with that?
10 to 20, is that what you said?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost $2 billion on the platform.
I think it's optimistic, but maybe.
Well, I think 10% is probably a good number. 20% may be a little optimistic. That's just an estimate by me. I don't have anything to base that off of. Maybe some people can go and do some research and figure out where they, what we've seen previous to this that might be a good gauge. Pro rata share of crypto, pro rata share of proceeds from the Three Arrows Capital recovery. You can scratch that out. That's never happening. pro share of common shares in the newly reorganized company, and a pro rata share of existing Voyager tokens. Voyager tokens are worth nothing, I believe. Let's see, what are they actually at right now? VGX, right? Yeah, VGX. 16 cents right now. They are down in the last month. You can see. Last 3 months, you can see. Year to date, you can see. All you can see. All the way basically at the bottom where it started. It's the opposite of Drake. Which, by the way, speaking of Drake, we will be doing an official BitSquad meetup in Toronto. Views from the 6. I hope Bitcoin doesn't get that low. We are going to be doing it at the Futures Conference. It looks like most likely it's going to be 4 to 7 on the 9th. We're going to have a discount code for you guys. Once again, I don't make any money on this code. It's just for you guys to where you will be able to get 50% off your ticket. We'll be putting that out on social media here in the near future. So if you're in the BitSquad, you're in Canada, or you're in maybe the upper New York area, somewhere close, you want to come over, you want to hang out, I will be there at Futures Conference. I'm going to be speaking or doing a panel along with having that meetup. I got to take Nick and Justin Williams with me because they're the only 2 other people I think that can go, which is quite ironic, by the way, but I digress. So there we go. That is going to be happening. But also, guys, Celsius, so just quick update. I talked to a lawyer yesterday that is going to be, it looks like most likely it is going to be a class action lawsuit. And so I'm going to have more details on that as soon as they're creating a landing page. As soon as that is out, once again, just so everyone is very clear on this as well, I make no money on anyone signing up for any lawyers. I'm doing this strictly because I want people to fight, and I want you guys to try to get at least, have a stake in the game, have some stake to try to get your money back. Because we want to crush Celsius, obviously. Looks like they don't need any help. Okay, China. Security forces in China attacked protesters seeking frozen funds. They gathered hoisting long banners. There was basically a bank run in China last night or yesterday. There were a lot of fights going on at this that I saw on social media. So I know I've really talked a lot. Now we're out of time. What's that?
Well, I was just going to say real quick, not saying there's a connection in any way, but we did happen to talk about, withdrawals being frozen in Canada is potentially a test.
Yeah, we did.
The following week, here we go.
And we do know there's a lot of ties over with China and Canada. We talked about that extensively. So
again, not saying they're connected, just pointing it
out. Okay, depositors say they're trying to recover the money they placed in rural banks using online third-party platforms. So we'll have more on this story tonight on the nightly news wrap-up. Elon Musk responds to Twitter's threat to sue him over reneging on deal with a meme. This is the meme he put out here.
I saw this.
They said I couldn't buy Twitter. Then they wouldn't disclose bot info. Now they want to force me to buy Twitter in court. Now they have to disclose bot info in court. So Elon Musk pulled out of the deal on Friday is big news. He's memeing them basically. If he prevails to exit the Twitter deal, Musk may have to pay $1 billion breakup fee to the company unless he's able to prove it significantly misled him about factors tied to the company's value. And that's it, guys. That's exactly what he's saying happened. And Twitter's going to have to reveal this. I mean, do you see any way this doesn't happen now?
No. I mean,
but can they lie about the data? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
It'll be interesting to see. I have a feeling we're going to be hearing about this for a while. Yeah. It's a long-term marketing, Elon Musk marketing play that at the end will probably have way more media value than actual cost, is my prediction.
Look at this. Saudis hit #1 on OpenSea as bots claim free mint. Scammers attack Discord. That's pretty crazy. So you guys can see the volume here. They're way above everything else, except for slightly over CryptoPunks. CryptoSlate analyzed the wallet to discover that the 0x8 address had performed similar actions, working to get all these, and they had been, the Discord had gotten basically attacked. So crypto bailouts have begun. Is this the only way? Talking about insolvent exchanges here. FTX Sam Bankman-Fried has rushed to the rescue of ailing crypto firms so quickly amid the current crash. He's being compared to John Pierpont Morgan. That's JP Morgan, so you all know. Never want to miss out for press. Justin Sun said some stupid stuff. To be fair, CZ pointed out it's better for users. It's better for users or companies that held their funds to get acquired rather than shut down. This means that the users don't lose money or hopefully lose less money. And I agree with that 100%. So what are your thoughts on the new IMF formed by European faction? I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure, actually, to be honest with you. Okay. Three Arrows Capital founders in hiding. Offices abandoned as court filing cites fear the assets may be disposed of. A filing in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court of the Southern District of New York states that the liquidators of Three Arrows Capital have been unable to communicate with the founders in any meaningful way. It's exactly what I told you guys. These guys have fled. What is his name? Is it Sun Tzu? No, Sun Tzu's the guy that wrote Art of War, right?
I think
it's Zhu Su. You guys can see here where they're getting sued. Document additionally states liquidators are now genuinely concerned Three Arrows Capital may dispose of its assets outside the insolvency proceedings. So basically what they're saying is these guys are straight up scammers and they're going to liquidate everything so no one ever gets any money back. And guys, you got to remember what a catastrophe this is from Celsius and Three Arrows Capital are really the source of all of these problems. When it comes to these insolvencies, it's been a ripple domino effect, and it's led to some stuff that we certainly didn't think we would ever see, but unfortunately, we are seeing it. But don't worry, guys. When it comes to, I see people tweeting about OpenSea over there. There will be a better option than OpenSea coming out very soon. That's all I'll say. There will be a much better option. Michael Saylor said why Ethereum is obviously a security. Come on, Mike. And now we're seeing Michael Saylor. This is the most negative thing he's ever said about Ethereum, I would say. He spoke about this on the Altcoin Daily channel, where you guys know, big fans of them, love Austin and Aaron. This is the statement that he said on there. A commodity's characteristic cannot be changed, nor can it have an issuer. Bitcoin says, Saylor says Bitcoin is different than a security. Well, what did he say about Ethereum here? Let me find it here. Where did it actually say that? He said gold cannot be changed to steel or aluminum based on a vote. Conversely, Ethereum's ICO management team and hard forks prove that it can be changed fundamentally. And because of that, he says it is clearly a security, and I would definitely disagree with that.
Yeah, that's a kind of a dumb argument. You could apply the same argument to Bitcoin.
We like Mike, but that's a bit of a reach there.
Yeah.
But what I would say is this. I mean, I think if we were all to sit here and be really, really, really honest, right? I think we could all look and say Ethereum ICO, XRP ICO, Cardano ICO. Yeah, I would say Cardano, Tron ICO, EOS ICO. At launch, these were all pretty much fit the definition of security. Now, the utility comes later after the launch. So once they're trading, they're not. But the whole argument, the ripple is really going on with this XRP case is, wait a second here. Wait a second here. You're saying Ethereum launched the same way that we did. That's a big part of the argument there. Now, none of them are securities at this point. They're all traded, and they have utility now. Ethereum with its gas utility, Binance Coin with its paying for fees utility and using the network, XRP, its utility of cross-border transactions and payments. But I think if we're really honest and we look back, guys, and here's how you know. There are no ICOs anymore. ICOs do not exist anymore. What do we have? We have IDOs that are launched on launch pads that are done in these really, unique ways to be able to get around the security laws, right? That's how we know. Anything that launched pretty much 2018 and before, that did a strict ICO, a lot of those would fit the security offering. But who gets hurt? The trader and investor today. And that's who the SEC's supposed to protect. So they're going after the wrong people. If they wanted to make these actions enforceable, they would have had to have done it when they happened, not 7 years down the road. Okay. So, okay, moving on here real quick. We talked about ETH 2.0 a lot in the beginning. XRPL predicts favorably price with anticipated release of smart contracts on XRPL. I've heard this may not be done until October. So, if you want XRP community, throw the X up, kind of fly through this. But to, you guys know, I don't think we're going to see that in the short term. But we could get at the end of the year XRPL smart contracts moving the price in a favorable direction. Then the case ends, supercharges it. So this really could actually be great timing. We are definitely keeping up with that because that is very important to what we're doing with XRP NFTs. XRPL executive proves Bitcoin maximalists that they are wrong. He proved it. Matt Hamilton, Hammertoe, argues with Bitcoin maxis about the decentralization. XRP's complete. See, these are idiots. I like these people who say stuff like this. They're idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. And they just continue to expose themselves. He says, XRP is completely centralized. I personally run Bitcoin nodes and verify transactions along with millions of others. XRP nodes are solely operated by Ripple. And then he responded and said, why lie? Ripple only operates about 5% of the nodes on the XRP ledger. This is the whole point about decentralized blockchains like the XRP ledger. There's no central authority. You can run an XRPL node and verify transactions along with everyone else. No one is stopping you. This is why I tell you, beware of meme culture in crypto. Fact check things for yourself. You see people, there's a gigantic echo chamber of kind of like self-referential information that goes round and around in these circles, where basically one person says, the company owns all the nodes. And the next person says, the company owns all the nodes. And then it continues and continues and continues. And nobody ever stops for a second to say, is that actually true? No, all these people said it. These smart people, they all said it. Yeah, but did you verify? Did you look? Did they tweet a chart? Did they show a pie chart? How do you know that's true? You got to do stuff like that. You got to do your own research, and you have to go behind the scenes to find out exactly what the real truth is. I fell into a lot of that with XRP in the beginning. For sure. All right, Cardano community, you guys, hashtag can now be purchased via bank card on biggest Cardano marketplace. Vault CFO leaves. Oh, shocker. Terra bands together, migration to Polygon ecosystem, yada, yada, yada. What was the last, you had a question saved?
Yeah, we'll do it real quick.
Okay.
Couple quick Q&A. Ben and TJ, I have about 100K to invest this bear market, mainly wanting to accumulate Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, XRP. How would you allocate into those four?
Okay, I would say buy one Bitcoin. Buy one Bitcoin with that money, $20,000. And then I would split the other ones. I would go 40 Ethereum, 20 ADA, 20 XRP.
Right, for the remaining
20 to Bitcoin, 40 to Ethereum, 20 ADA, 20 XRP.
Yeah, I like
that. I do.
There you go. And then real quick, how much do you think is the minimum amount you would need to have invested to hit $1 million at the next cycle all-time highs? Bitcoin plus Ethereum or a diversified portfolio, say 5 to 10 coins, is 80K and up. I think
20K is very achievable.
Yeah, we said 30.
We said 30 is very, very, very achievable. I think you can do it with 20. I think if you do it right, you can do it with 10. But when I say do it right, it's not necessarily making the right decisions now. You have to make those decisions, and then things have to play out the way we think they're going to play out. Because there's going to be a coin. I'm telling you, two I'm watching for sure. Algorand and HBAR. They're two I'm watching. Those coins, I think, have potential to have Solana-type runs in the next bull market when Solana is not going to have a Solana run. It's going to be something else. I think those two are definitely two to watch. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen. But if you had if you had $5,000 in Solana when it was at $1 in the bear market, look. So some of it, there's a little bit of luck mixed in. You can do all the research. There's also a little bit of luck that comes in. You got to factor in. So, all right, guys, that is all we got for today. Appreciate you guys for coming on the channel as always. And we will be back tomorrow. I'm going to go get my leg better. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.